First and foremost, we pass our condolences to the family of Richard Otieno, a young man newly married with kids. I'll not be shocked to learn that none of his kids has started education. It's quite painful for those kids to grow up without knowing their father. Every one of us knows of somebody who grew up without a father. I remember one time I was talking to James JI-TENGE, my namesake. His mother is the one who taught my mother a Luhya language. But both of us are namesakes. And there is one day he said, somebody was talking about his father. And he said that don't talk to me about somebody I do not know. Who would, even if he came now, I would not recognize him by voice or face. But of course, James JI-TENGE's father, I'm James Lando JI-TENGE, and it's James Tondo JI-TENGE. James JI-TENGE's father, I remember I grew up seeing a black and white portrait of him from the time I was a child. So I don't know whether the picture is still there, but there was a portrait of him in black and white. So that is that. What I would say is that these kids are going to grow up in a very painful way. And also, it is quite painful for the way he died. Every murder is painful, but other murders are more painful than others. Like this one. I'm talking from a very technical aspect. You cannot compare the death by a single shot to the head or heart with a prolonged torture that Otieno definitely went through. If someone just comes here, stands here, aims at your brain or aims at your heart, pulls the trigger, it is quite different from the way Otieno died. Both are murder, but this one is more painful to the departed. He died under very much pain. So my viewers should not literally judge me when I say that this day's death is more painful than others. Of course, to any family, anything other than natural death is painful. In fact, you may even be sick for quite a long time until people start saying that God should relieve you of your pain by taking you. But even when God hears their prayer and takes you, they still will be pained. I am not saying that his overt enemy is connected or not, but things are going to be very tough on the MP, especially politically. You see, Otieno has previously said that he is more interested in a civic ward in Elbagon and not in the MP's position. So his painful death may bring a lot of problems to the MP, especially it is going to be a bit very hard if we do not find the real killer and he will get what you call very much There are those evidences that are very, very strong. Actually, that we find, okay, this is the real killer, and this is the motive and whatever, so that we find that the, 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 the MP is not connected. But any slight, what do you call, any 99% is not even enough. If we get 99% proof that the MP is not related, I mean, connected to, to the death, people will still hang on the 1%. So it is to the benefit of the MP that the real killer is found and the evidence are found beyond reasonable doubt. Now, can we find that beyond reasonable? In fact, in Kenya, anything like that, it is a bit hard. But the more evidence that is found and the more reason that is done, it is beneficial to the MP. Anything less, the MP will start to be suspected and he'll be suspected forever. It is to the benefit of the MP that the killers are found, and not just found, but airtight evidence is exposed. This is a bit of a challenge, since Kenyan masses have always had suspicion, especially if you are deemed to be pro-establishment. Even politicians from opposition have people who are really who have differed with them strongly, and such things may happen. But if you happen to be a person connected to the government and your political enemy dies, it is very easy for people to say that you have assassinated that. Let us go back, let us go across the border to Uganda. Uganda, and Ugandans will forgive me if I mix names. You know, Uganda, every village has a general. In Kenya, getting a brigadier is a really tough thing. Now, Uganda, we have General Katumba Wamala, whose life was attempted, and his daughter and a security escort were killed. But Katumba is alive even today. It was an attempted assassination on him. Now, what happened, if you check on the videos and maybe you understand the Luganda language, when General Katumba was murdered, no, not murdered, when General Katumba had an attempted assassination, Ugandans, bear with me, he was taken to hospital on a border. He was rushed to a hospital on a border, and you can hear people being told not to go near the car, because they'll interfere with the scenes of crime people. But they still went there, and you see, this generation has come up with anything happening. People get out their phones and start recording. They don't even assist or anything. They start recording. So they were going there recording and whatever, not knowing that they were interfering with the scene of crime. And if you interfere with the scene of crime, you are not assisting the dead or the attempted to be killed, but you are assisting the assassin. That is about the attempted assassination of General Katumba in Uganda. Even in Kenya, we have it. This is the second time. The first time is somebody, what was he called? Oscar somebody. He had the Oscar Foundation. This fellow was shot and killed outside the University of Nairobi. What did the comrades do? The comrades took his body and detained it and said they were going not to release it until the murderers were apprehended and taken to court. That is interfering with the scene. And I've given those two examples. The example of General Katumba Wamala the attempted assassination of General Katumba Wamala in Uganda, and Oscar of the Oscar Foundation just outside the University of Nairobi. Now, what had happened to Walfaga people? Walfaga people went to, by the way, Walfaga is Elbago. Walfaga people went to the mortuary, took out the body, started working with it. And when they were working with it, there was a running battle with the police. So when they are carrying, they reach a place where it falls and whatever. It creates more fractures on the body. It creates more fractures on the body, such that if the postmortem was done on the body the way it was initial, now it is a bit hard to determine, or if, okay, let's say he had 3 fractures that killed him. Now with the carrying him and him falling down and whatever, they have gone to be 5 fractures. Now it will be a bit of a challenge to make a, what do you call it? It will be a bit of a challenge to make a post-mortem that. So it has happened, and I think in future anything like that will be in future. If such a thing, if such an unfortunate thing happens, I would request people not to interfere. Just, you can interfere if you think there is somebody there and you want to rush him or her to hospital. But once you establish that the person is already dead, I would request people to cordon off the area and peacefully make sure people don't go there, so that the scenes of crime police officers come and investigate there. We are killing Otieno twice. We are killing Katumba, although he didn't die, Wamala twice, and we are killing Oscar twice by interfering with the body and interfering with the scene. Lastly, I wanted to comment about something that is happening. It is giving a very bad picture to the police for serious crimes to happen at the doorstep of the police. I remember one time, a long time ago, a lady was killed. She's those ladies who buy milk, who sell milk in the morning. So she wakes up very early in the morning, sells milk for people who will now buy milk and prepare tea in the morning. She was that type, and she was the type who buy that milk and then sell. At Riruta police station, that lady was killed, raped, and then they dragged the body and placed it outside Riruta police station. Just see. I know the OCS was called Benson somebody and he was transferred, but you can see the picture of that. I'm also, we also know about the case of Kware. Imagine, bodies were being killed elsewhere and dumped into a place that was hundreds of meters from a police station. That is very serious. Now we have a case where this person, imagine, how did they plan the death? How did they execute it? Eh? Imagine planning to kill somebody 200 just near the police station, killing that person at that very same place, leaving the body at that very same place, and still we do not know. You see, if you kill somebody very, very far from the police or something, I don't want to mention places because they'll start killing people there. But killing somebody just outside the gates of a police station, I think that one we have to sit down. We have to sit down and review a lot of things. We have to do a review a lot of things, even if it means that in the future, if such a thing happens near your police station, all of you are sacked. Have a nice time.